Alright, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando camp. And pursuant to the title, getting to the topic of the storm that's coming. Alright. This is just inspired just by a series of events, things going on. The talks of a Black Swan event they've been talking about very heavily just within this year alone. This upcoming October surprise they've been talking about. These upcoming selections, aka elections. Just with everything that's going on, this boiling pot is bound to seep over. It's bound to spill over. And it just had me meditating, because it's getting more and more surreal. We touched on this past Saturday's camp, using Yahweh Shai's example, and how when he was getting, because like we were talking about this past camp, Slakia, we read about these prophecies, we prophesy day in and day out, week in and week out. Some of us have been doing this longer than others, shorter than others, but whatever the case may be, this word has been going out for quite some time, and it's easy to get just caught up in it's easy to just, because what we do every day, like I said, day in and day out, week in and week out, it's easy to get caught up, to have this type of mindset that it's just going to be like this, not forever, but you could just get caught up into it to the point where you can kind of lose focus. We can kind of sometimes you can get in the spirit of just going through the motion. You're just doing it just because this is what we're used to doing. It's easy to get in that type of a spirit. And oftentimes the Lord has to hit us upside the head real quick to shake us up and, hey, put that fire in us, keep the fire in us. Like I said, it's easy to just go through the motion. You could tend to forget why you're doing it. You lose motivation. You can become disenchanted, whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, the point being, because this thing of ours is getting ready to transition from glory to glory, is getting ready to transition from faith to faith. Because the time is coming when we're not going to just be doing these epistles, these video epistles, but we're not going to be prophesying, because it's going to be happening. All right, prophecy is going to be everyone's reality. We're going to be living through it, and as we get closer and closer, like I was using an example with Yahweh Shai, when he was when it came time for him to be offered up as that sacrifice, it was getting more and more surreal. That's when you read the account, Yahweh Shai, he went up to pray 3 times, started sweating drops of blood. It was getting surreal. It was getting real. And likewise us, feeling just that feeling that's out there, that feeling of anticipation. Everyone can feel it pretty much, like something's getting ready to happen, because prophecy is a hot topic. Everyone's talking about prophecy. All right, how you got fake pastors, false pastors bringing down the MOTB. Hell, you got wicked 2/3 niggas talking about the MOTB, the see him. Prophecy is on everyone's. Prophecy is a hot topic. Everyone's talking about prophecy. So the Lord has a certain spirit out there to where people can feel something's getting ready to happen. And only the prophets are able to, the men of the Lord are able to connect the dots. We don't know when. All right. But we have a mindset of, hey, at any moment, any day now, Any moment, something can pop off. But before those things take place, all right, that's why the scriptures say, seek the Lord while he may be found. Because the Lord is definitely getting ready to close this thing up. He's getting ready to close his ministry up. And that's why it's important, if you don't have a foundation, a firm foundation in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, then you're simply not going to make it. I'm gonna grab this and Psalm 18. Psalm 18 and 2. Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. You see, man, again, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, given this special gift of faith, all right, which is going to, we're going to need an extreme amount of faith with the things that's coming down the pipes. There's storm that's coming, all right, it's been brewing, and that's the spirit, because we just had this storm, Helen passed through, Florida, and the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, because for the most part, brothers, because it was looking at the after reports, that storm hit harder than I thought. It caused a lot more damage than I thought, but for the most part, brothers are all right, from the accounts, brothers are all right. Might have had some power outages here and there or whatever, but brothers weren't really affected. Brothers weren't really affected like that, like the rest of these people that really got jacked up, man. The Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and there's been all type of accounts, testimonies of brothers in certain situations, and the Lord delivering them, myself included. The Lord's favor is definitely being bestowed unto brothers. You hopefully elect brothers, all right, more and more, because that's the Lord showing us that he's with us, all right. That's the Lord building us up in him, because again, he's our rock, all right, he's our foundation. So the Lord has been showing us that he's with us, all right, and that's why we look forward to the all hell breaking loose, because I'm gonna tell you, we don't know what I talk, when I talk to the Lord, man, I'm just like, Lord, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, and it can be nerve-wracking, it can be nerve-wracking, because some of us have families, some of us have children and whatnot, but immediately the spirit kicks in. Hey, man, the hell with that. The Lord is gonna provide a way, as he's been doing. Like I said, the Lord has been showing us that he's with us, so we really have nothing to worry about, all right. And the point that brothers have been making here at camp, our camp, hey, as far as having a mindset of, we're beyond belief at this point, all right. We are beyond belief, all right. It becomes second nature, with everything. We say Lord's will, because that's what the scriptures say to do, Lord's will. But it's getting to a point that, like I said, we're beyond belief, and the time is coming. We're not going to have to say Lord's will. Because we know we're at a point, or we should be at a point where we just know, there's a certain level of confidence. As I always say, confidence, not cockiness, all right. Because the scriptures say, I will boast in the Lord, I will boast in Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai all the day long. So, hey, we have bragging rights. All right? Because again, you're doing what you're supposed to do in sincerity and in truth. We have nothing to worry about. There's no reason for us to doubt. All right? Because again, it's going to take an extreme amount of faith for the times that we're coming into, like I said, what motivated me, inspired me to do this was just a combination of everything that's going on right now. Um, yeah, I was telling my demon, before I left, hey, tell your people to be ready, because with these strikes that's supposed to be taking place tonight, and Lord willing it happens, and Lord willing it does. Me personally, if they actually do go through with these strikes, I give it about a week, maybe two, before we start to see and feel the effects. That's just my opinion. But if they in fact do, go through with these strikes, hey, this could. Who said it? I think the Apostle Ramla did a video touching on how, hey, this could be the straw to break the final straw to break that comes back, man. This could be the straw to break the final straw to break that comes back. Because what these strikes couldn't tell, man, hey, it's a lot. And everything will be affected. And just doing some studying on how important those ports are. That's a big deal. That's a major deal. And as I always say, America is one not so major event away from just, again, that straw that finally break the camel's back. And this could be the deal breaker, man. This could be the this could be it. It could be. But with that being said, like I said, just meditating on the seriousness of this, because hey, we walk the walk, or excuse me, we talk the talk. Like I said, we prophesy. All right, and I've been saying it since 2020, because ever since those when they were getting out those stimulus checks, I've been saying, I've been telling my family members and whatnot, relatives and whatnot, hey, don't get too excited, because hey, soon you're gonna see hyperinflation. The price of everything's gonna go up. And sure enough, here it is. We're in 2024. About to be in 2025. So like I was saying, or what was I saying? Salakia. What was I saying? Salakia. Because just with the, oh yeah, Salakia, because I've been saying that since 2020, as far as, hey, we've been talking that talk, before they were giving up those stimulus checks. I've been saying, hey, we've been talking that talk, but now we're coming to that point where we're gonna have to walk that walk. We're gonna have to walk that walk. We're gonna actually live through everything that we've been prophesying about. But that's not to fret. I don't say that to fret, to sow doubt. Because again, you just gotta know. You just gotta know that the Lord is with you. And like I said, the Lord's been showing us this whole time that He's been with us. He's with us. He's going to continue to be with us. All right, because it's about to get even tighter. If they actually go through with these strikes, it's going to get tighter. Because not only are you talking about, we're already living through inflation, which this is soon going to be hyperinflation, which I like to say super hyperinflation, because, yeah, man, prices are going to get so ridiculous. But on top of that, there's going to be a scarcity of items, foods, which that's another thing, famine, man. I'm gonna grab this. Second Esdras. Like I said, man, just a combination of things, man. Really too much to speak on all at once. But mainly with these strikes, these port strikes, that's a big deal. Me personally, I didn't really understand the seriousness of it. But just doing some studying and looking into it, it's like, damn, yeah, if they actually go through with these strikes, and that's why I said, me personally, I give it a week, maybe two. That's just me, before we really start to see and feel the effects. Because, man, those strikes alone is going to be a one hell of a cascade effect, man. One hell of a domino snowball effect, man. You know, I was like, damn. But Second Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. So you see, and I always make the point to emphasize the point that the Lord emphasizes the point on sudden destruction. It said, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. You know, out of nowhere. Um, just gonna wake up, man. And it's just gonna be different, man. Things are gonna be different. Like I said, hyper. You talk about hyperinflation. I like to think of it like super hyperinflation, super duper hyperinflation, man. You know, it said the four storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Man, listen. You know, with these strikes alone, you know, if they actually go through these strikes, and when we start to see the effects of those strikes, hey, man, there's gonna be all type of like the Elder Makama says, pew pewing out here. You know, there's gonna be a lot of pew pewing. I'm gonna use that. All type of unrest, all type of. We thought the looting, which a lot of that was orchestrated. You know, going back to those George Floyd reports, a lot of that shit was fake. You know, even with the whole January 6th, man, a lot of that shit's, you know, orchestrated. You know, because he's trying to orchestrate chaos to bring in the order, to justify himself and bringing in the order. That's why going back to with these strikes, the Biden administration said they're not getting involved, they're not going to do anything about it. Why is that? Because they wanted it to happen. You know, now they've been talking about strikes here and there over the years, you know, and of course, you know, nothing happens. Or they you know, come to some type of a deal or whatever. You know, like with the government shutdowns. You know, there's always a threat of a government shutdowns every now and then, but at the last second they come up with some type of a bipartisan plan. You know, so. But like I say, as I like to say, you know, it's better to have a back knowledge of these things rather than to not know about it at all. All right, because at any moment, you know, any moment, you know, we can wake up and boom, you know, or one day we will wake up and then boom, it's just going to be different, you know, and it's definitely going to cause people to react a certain way, which that's what Esau wants. All right, Esau wants that, you know. But with those strikes, man, it's going to affect everything. And that's why we're going to have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah to be with us, man. Because what are we going to do? You know, we don't know. We can plan as much as we want. We can say we're going to do this. We can have a backup plan. Like all these preppers out here, you know. But ultimately, if the Lord is not with you, then you're not going to make it either way. You're not going to make it, you know. And that's why, again, the Lord, man, hey, let me get this. Because we have peace. In the midst of chaos, we have peace. All right. See if I can get this real quick. Because like I just read in that Psalm 18, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, he's our rock, man. You know. And hey, just continue to call on the names. You know, brothers cannot can't stress enough the importance of the names. Because I always say that can be a determining factor on whether you get saved or not. You get the salvation or not from whatever little thing. You know, call on the names, man. You know, the scripture said we can't glorify the Lord if we can't exalt him enough. Call the names. It could be random. It don't matter. Just, you know, hey, man, just Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai all day. You know, because that's our rock, man. That's our foundation, and that's what's going to take to be able to withstand this storm that's coming. Because like I said, man, just with the rate that everything, the way that everything is happening so fastly. Here it is. You just had breaking news today. Those small hats went ahead and you know, they started that ground incursion over there in Lebanon, man. Hey, we're steps closer, one step closer. You know, and brothers, the beautiful head brother here in my camp, you know, Nahoya, he's been putting it in us, man. He's just been, you know, kind of just because there's a lot of things going on right now, you know. It almost seems like the only thing that's really not happening right now outside of the MOTB being mandated is that is the persecution. Which, if you're paying attention to what's going on, hey, there's it steps closer to that too. You know, Amos 8 and 11, the famine of the word. You know, we're inching closer to that too. And like I said, the head brother Nahoya, man, he's been reminding us, hey, the persecution is coming, man. Persecution is coming. You know, and it seems like I said, outside of the MOTB not being mandated, it seems like that's really, you know, we're waiting on that too. You know, because it just seems like that's really the you know, of course, you know, the nuclear destruction. But nevertheless, that's going to come, you know, later. Because before that, the MOTB does have to be mandated, but the persecution has to come, and that seems like really the only thing outside of the spiritual power as well that's lingering, kind of, you know. But nevertheless, with all that being said, hey, there's a storm coming. All right. Let me get this in Matthew 14. Matthew 14, starting at 22. And straightway Yahushua constrained his disciples to get into the ship and to go before him unto the other side while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night, Yahushua went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway Yahushua spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink and cried, saying, Lord, save me. You see, you know, those storms, they typically start out there in the middle of the oceans, you know. That's where they're most powerful, you know, out there in the ocean. So we can only imagine that ship being tossed to and fro. And we're not talking about no yacht, no cruise ship, you know. Some little boat, you know, being tossed to and fro, man. But nevertheless, it says, And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. So, you know, just that being the point, you know, because we know the account, you know, Peter, he lost focus, seeing how boisterous, you know, paying attention to everything around him except for the foundation, the rock, which is Yahushua. All right. Because, hey, when, you know, we can't get, damn, that's a big spider. We can't get caught up in everyone else's incredulity, in everyone else's unbelief, you know, a lack of faith, man. That's why the Lord set us apart. He's building us up, building our faith up, because, hey, in the midst of the storm, we're going to have chaos, Salaki. In the midst of this storm, we're going to have peace. Lord, when we are that number, all right? Comfort in chaos, because the storm is coming. You know, I'm going to grab this in Revelation. Revelation. You know, Esau, he's about to come down with everything that he's got. The Lord is about to let this devil drop the hammer, man. He's about to drop the hammer. He's about to give Esau the green light to do what he's got to do. And we're with it. Like, come on with it already. Because like I said, we're built up to a point, you know, at one point we were like, damn, you know, we first, when we were of little faith, you know, that's why Yahushua was constantly getting on the disciples, because of their lack of faith. You know, that's why, like I said, you know, it was a process of building up the apostles, the disciples before they turned apostles. It was a process of their faith being built up, man. They had to be on a level. They had to level up, and the Lord's doing the same thing with us. Because what did the Lord say? Upon this rock, talking about Peter, all right, well, I built my church, and Lord, when we are of that number, all right. You know, our faith has to level up, man. We have to be built up to a point, because the flood is coming. All right, the storm is coming. Excuse me. Revelation 12. In fact, let's start at 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and the kingdom of heaven starts with you Israelites. It starts with us. All right, so hey, rejoice. You know, despite whatever bullshit you got going on. Like I said, whatever chaos you've got in your life, hey, keep your house shy. Stay focused on your house shy. All right, because hey, the Lord is speeding things up, man. Things are moving. You know, and again, this devil knows that he has but a short time. It says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. Now, you know, this is going into the time of you know, going back into ancient Rome. All right. But I want to make a point. I'm gonna read on. It says, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and a half a time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her womb and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the God, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. So the point being that flood is coming, because you know, this particular flood took place, like I said, during the time of Yahushua's birth. All right, you know, Esau came down, you know, killing the firstborn of the man child. Right, you got the time of the siege of Jerusalem. You know, Esau came in like a flood. All right. But there's another storm coming, man. You know, the floodgates of hell are about to be opened, and they're about to be unleashed. All right. And I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna grab that in Mark, and I'm gonna grab this first in First Corinthians 3. 1 Corinthians 3 and 10. According to the grace of God which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon. Thereupon, for other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. Again, Yahushua is our rock, man. All right, that's our foundation. It says, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. And if any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon he shall receive a reward. And if any man's work shall be burnt, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet as by fire. All right, so just the point being that you know, where does your foundation lie? All right, does it consist of gold, silver, precious stones, or ore, wood, hay, stubble? You know, and that's why I want to go to, because again, Yahushua, he's our foundation, man. Matthew 7 and 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And again, who's our rock? Yahushua. Psalm 18. All right, the Lord is our rock. He's our fortress. All right, he's our defense, our tower. It says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So you see, because hey, it's all about of who your foundation is on, and built upon, what your foundation is built upon. All right, because again, man, the times that we're coming into, when the storehouses are you know, hey, we don't know where we're going to get our next meal. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty, a lot of death. You know, death. Hey, that's another thing, you know. Death is about to have her final dance, man. The sting of death, she's about to have her final death. That spirit of death is about to have its final dance, man. There's going to be a lot of death, a lot of uncertainty, you know. A lot of people are going to give up the faith. A lot of people, hey, it's going to get bad on all sides, man. You know, it's going to get bad on all sides, man. You know, but hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, we're gonna have comfort in chaos. All right, we're gonna have comfort in the midst of this storm that's coming, boy, because it's brewing. All right, like I said, it's a spirit, because we just had this storm pass, you know, and brothers were all right for the most part. Brothers were all right. Everyone else really got jacked up. Like I said, man, that storm, especially here in Florida, it hit this bitch harder than I thought. You know, it really jacked certain parts of Florida up, man. You know, but brothers were all right, man. And I took that as a sign to come, you know, because we're gonna have peace. We're gonna have stability in the midst of this storm. We're gonna have comfort, you know. But nevertheless, there is a storm coming, man. The storm is coming, you know. The floodgates of hell are about to open up, you know. The Lord willing, this is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, like.